For more insight and just trying to understand why gun sales have surged since last week's shooting, I spoke with author Paul Barrett. He's the assistant editor of Bloomberg Businessweek, and we talked about the role of guns in American culture.
It's not just a matter of law, but it's a matter of popular culture. Many of our myths about ourselves, whether it's the cowboy in the Old West or the film noir detective in the 30s and 40s, on through the Bruce Willis kind of hero character in Die Hard movies. These are quintessentially American characters, and they all carry a gun.
The fact that gun sales are going up again, spiking again, but statistics also show fewer people in the United States are owning guns. It's just those who do own them own a lot more than one for the most part.
Well, it's true that gun owners tend to own more than one. And it's also true that gun ownership is not spread evenly across the population. However, it's a very significant minority of the population that owns guns. The most recent Gallup poll on this shows that 47% of American households have at least one gun in them. So it's not like it's some fringy, small fragment of the population. It's a big chunk of America.
How much of this is for personal protection, and how much of it is just the culture?
It's both, and it's not just personal protection. It's also ideology. Guns represent something much bigger and more important than just the article of commerce, just the piece of machinery. To many people in this country, guns represent self-reliance, individualism, and an ability to get along and protect oneself without the benefit of government if need be. Those ideas are very important to many people. And then you've got to mix into that other interests, such as recreation. There are a lot of people who hunt. There are a lot of people who shoot at targets. There are people who shoot skeet. This is a very deeply held tradition in this country. It's not, again, not uniform across the whole population, but it's a big country, and our culture in this country is not uniform, and we don't all come from the same roots. So that's very important to remember. We're very different from most other countries.
Let's talk about the NRA, its lobbying power. If you go up against the NRA and you're in a close race, chances are you're going to lose a big block of votes. When people toss out a motto like, guns don't kill people, people kill people, what goes through your mind?
Well, I try to steer away from all the slogans on both sides, so I'm simply not going to get into critiquing bumper stickers. The first part of what you said is absolutely true, in that pound for pound, the NRA is the most effective single-issue lobbying group in Washington. And this is not because they win every single race they choose to get involved with. They don't. They lose, too, because they're frequently challenging more moderate Republicans, for example, in primary races where they lose. But what is so effective about the NRA is that they are able, on just the drop of a dime, to get hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of gun owners on the phone, sending email, and letting particular members of Congress know that we're watching you, we know what you're doing, and you can count on us to oppose you no matter what your other stands are if you don't go with us on this or that gun issue.
Are we going to see significant changes in gun laws here in the U.S.?
We're going to see nothing like what happened in the UK. We're going to see nothing like what happened in Australia after there was a series of mass shootings there. We may see changes. We may see some introspection. We may see improved security. But the gun culture in this country is too deeply seated to be disturbed, and it won't be disturbed after this latest incident.